On a warm, sunlit day, Jesus took 3 of his disciples, Peter, James, and John, on a journey up a secluded mountain. To them it seemed like any other day, and they followed him without question, unaware that they were about to witness something that would change their understanding of him forever. As they climbed higher, the air became still and quiet, and a sense of peace settled over them. When they reached the mountain's peak, Jesus turned to face his disciples. Before they could speak, a powerful glow began to radiate from him, growing brighter and brighter, until it was as if he was clothed in light itself. His face shone like the sun, his clothes became dazzling white, and his entire being seemed to shift into another realm. The disciples stared in shock and wonder. They had seen him perform miracles, heal the sick, and calm storms, but this was different. Here, on this mountain, they were seeing a side of Jesus they had never seen before, a divine aspect beyond his role as their teacher. As they stood, awestruck, 2 figures appeared beside him, shrouded in a mystical light of their own. The disciples recognized them as Moses and Elijah, towering figures from Israel's past. They seemed to speak with Jesus as though continuing a conversation that had begun long ago, their voices carrying a gravity that the disciples could only feel but not fully comprehend. It was as though these 3 were bound by a hidden purpose, part of a mystery that spanned generations. Peter, overwhelmed by the vision before him, broke the silence. "Lord," he said, voice trembling, "it's good for us to be here. If you wish, I'll set up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He wanted to make this moment permanent, to honor it as a sacred meeting place. Yet even as he spoke, a cloud enveloped them, heavy and thick, obscuring their view and swallowing them in a deep silence. From within the cloud, a voice broke through, powerful yet gentle. "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him." The voice resonated not only in the air around them, but in the very depths of their souls. They fell to their knees, filled with a reverence that bordered on fear. It was the voice of God himself, confirming Jesus' divine nature and his role in a purpose far greater than they could understand. Then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the light faded, the cloud lifted, and the mountain returned to its quiet stillness. When they looked up, only Jesus stood before them, as he always had, with a familiar kindness in his eyes. He gently touched their shoulders, calming their shaken spirits, and urged them to rise. As they descended the mountain, he instructed them not to speak of what they had witnessed until the right time had come. The disciples were filled with questions, but they kept silent, trying to understand the enormity of what they had seen. This experience, known to them as the Transfiguration, was more than a vision. For Peter, James, and John, it revealed a hidden side of Jesus, a glimpse into his divine nature, and his connection to a cosmic purpose beyond the confines of human understanding. They came to see him not just as a prophet or teacher, but as a being who stood on the border between heaven and earth, bridging the 2 realms with a purpose that would unfold over time. From that day forward, the disciples carried with them a sense of awe and mystery. They realized that Jesus' mission was something far beyond what they had originally understood, part of a divine plan that reached back through the ages. Though they could not grasp it fully, they trusted that in time, they would come to understand the hidden depth of Jesus' identity and his role in the greater story of creation. The memory of that day would remain etched in their hearts, a silent reminder of the glimpse they had been given into a divine mystery, a mission that transcended human comprehension, and one that they, in their own way, were part of.